tell them I had the pastors run away from me over there, so now I'm pastor again. After almost 30 years, I'm back again. What I really wanted to talk about today was a little bit about universal and natural law. So I want to kind of give some aspects. I'm going to go through all of them because we spend a little bit of time. But I want you to, mostly in your life, is to check and know the law of supply. Law of supply in our lives. So we have to realize that comes into our life. So seek first spirit. Not seek forth money and other stuff, but seek forth the spirit within you. Know the spirit within you. So we have to kind of get back to that part of our lives, because we're always looking for something outside of ourselves instead of looking within ourselves. And an old spiritualist proverb, when you talk, it's in one of the books from National, is that 3 wise men were going to hide man's divinity. And the one said, oh, well, just put it in the ocean. He said, no, man will find it there. Another one said, we'll put it on the mountain. No, man will look there too, they'll find it. And the other, the wisest man, said, why don't we just put divinity inside man? We'll never look there. And we don't. We spend our time meditating but not really getting quiet. We spend our time not really looking inward and figuring out who we are. We're always figuring out what's outside of us and what's bothering us instead of allowing us to become the light within our own being. So we must allow ourselves to become the light within our own vibration, within our own situation. And the methods of attaining this is just to be quiet. It's the law of silence. And you have to realize that the law of silence is just not what you say. It's not saying something to someone and disturbing them. It is the law of silence to silence that inward voice within you. Quiet that noise within you. Silence that. Silence the voice here. Because we spend time meditating, but we don't spend time quieting, being in the silence. People are playing music, we're doing all this stuff, and doing all this stuff during our meditations, instead of taking a few meditations in our lives and just go into the silence. Just to be quiet. Be still and know that you are God. Be still. And we have to understand that being still is kind of tough for some people. My wife had her operation, I almost had to break out the duct tape her to a chair because she's not being still. So, but be still and be silent in our lives. See, meditation and prayer are a key thing, and a key thing that I teach in meditation, to meditate, to get quiet, to spend time with Spirit. It's the repetition of meditation. It's the repetition of how you do it, how you produce it, because it becomes a habit. Just like affirmations, the more times you say an affirmation, the more times it will start to stick. If you only say an affirmation today, and 6 weeks from now you're going to say another affirmation, probably not going to give you the energy if you don't start saying it every single day. I am healthy. I am well. I am powerful. I am. So we start doing these affirmations in our life to change that voice. We might tell ourselves, and I have clients, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that, but their inner voice is going, oh, you'll never get that, oh, geez, that never happen. But they haven't quieted that inner voice. You're just busy talking instead of being in the silent and allowing that inner voice to change. Because Spirit does not listen to you talk. Spirit listens to that inner voice. If both of them are not on the same page, if you had a spirit for prosperity and stuff in your life, but that inner voice goes, oh, you'll never get that. That'll never happen. It might be a while before you get it. It just might be a while before you actually see that transpire within your life. If you're healthy, but the doctor's told you're not healthy, and your inner voice goes, oh, I'm not good, oh, this is not good. I don't care what it does to you. You're still going to be as sick as you were before because you are not accepting it. You're not accepting the vibration of Spirit. define your life purpose, and that's defining where do you want to be? What is your life purpose? I explain to people, maybe your life purpose was just to be here today to say a kind word for somebody. And that was it. That was all. That was your life journey. You're supposed to go play now. Maybe that was it. And sometimes we just take it way too serious. I was in a church up north, and I'm doing a sermon, boy, and boy, I'm telling people to be nice, be upliftment. And towards the end of the service, this older gentleman come up with his walker. He could hardly make it to the platform. He goes, "You're going to take life more seriously." I'm going, really? Why? Why take it that seriously? Because then you get yourself sick. If it's not happening or not putting in motion the way you would like it to happen, then you make yourself ill. You start stressing on it. You start stressing on the situation instead of looking at how to accomplish what you want in your life. As spiritualists, we believe that we are connected to the spirit world, connected constantly to the spirit world. Spirit doesn't show up here one day and 6 weeks from now, they show up again. They're here constantly. They're in the shower with us. They're walking around the house. They're in the kitchen. They're everywhere. I told a lady the other day, I said, when you think about somebody in the spirit world, when you have that automatic thought that somebody, you have that thought all of a sudden, they are either in your presence or you have walked through their energy. You've walked through their energy, that aspect of them, feeling them next to you. It isn't, people say, well, I don't feel them all the time, but I think about them. It's a very good possibility that individual is standing right next to them. They have walked through their energy, bringing them the thought of that individual in the spirit world. We want, this day, everybody wants to think. When I do trumpet seance, they want the trumpet to fly around. But my mother used to sit in the trumpet seance. She sat in the trumpet seance for a year before trumpets actually moved. It was this precision movement, getting things moving. And that's when we do natural law, when we do universal law. We have to figure out what is our life purpose. What are we wanting to see? What do we want? People, don't be scattered. Don't be all over the place. You don't be shopping in the store and running through every department in the store trying to find something. Get a plan. Get an idea of what you would like to see. Because Spirit will listen to you. They will understand what you're trying to ask for. But if you are just too scattered, I tell people, Spirit, when you ask for too much stuff, it's like a dump truck backing up. You can hear that little coming back and dumping everything in your vibration. And then you got to spend months or maybe years trying to sort through all the stuff they dropped in front of you. Focus your intent on what you're looking for. That's the same thing with mediumship, but doing healing. Focus your intent on what you're looking for. What are you personally looking for? And then work in that direction. Don't scatter it. Don't scatter it. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, no. Focus your intent on what you're looking for. The rest will arrive. Knock and the door will be open. Ask and you will receive. You have to allow yourself to focus on what you're looking for. If you don't focus on the connection, then all of a sudden it gets a little bit scattered. Now you're over here, you're messing with crystals. And then you're over here, and you got pyramid energy. And then you're over here, and you're meditating in the pyramids, and you're over here. I mean, it's just this kind of this stuff going on. But you never figure out exactly what that purpose is for your vibration. You might do automatic writing. You might channel, trance. You might mediumship. You might be that extraordinary healer. But you have to focus your intent on what you feel that you're really good at. And then do that. Then the rest will follow. The rest will gather. It will draw people. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So we have to really allow ourselves to go in a direction that fits us, then allow the rest of it to appear. It's not all going to be dumped on the table at one time. You're not going to be clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, and everything, everything, all at one time. It'd make you crazy. Spirit talking, spirit running, people feeling, it's all over the place. You work on one gift that Spirit is giving you. But knock at the door. Establish your ideas. Establish your ideas of your creation, what you are here for. What do you think you're here for? What do you believe you're here for? You're here to be where you are now, or are you disgusted where you are? You want to get out. You're ready to rent the U-Haul. You're ready to head across town. Where are you at this moment in your life? That's what you have to ask yourself. Where are you at this moment in your life? Are you happy? Are you content? Are you able to say, I'm okay? You don't have to say, oh, I'm awesome. You say, I'm okay. You should be able to say you're okay in your life. I'm okay. You don't have to be awesome, but okay. Not awful, not terrible. I love people to get to the end of a cycle and go, oh, I don't want to do that again, but swear that as soon as they enter into another cycle, they're doing the same thing again. Instead, they've told themselves, no, we're not doing that again. But here they go again. Here they go again. And I'm telling them, you need to stop. Establish what you are looking for. Get your ideas in motion. Figure out what you need, and then move in that direction. I've been a spiritualist since I've been about 5. I was raised in this religion. I was raised with a whole bunch of spiritualists, a whole bunch of other crazy people, but a whole bunch of spiritualists. But I understood the religion when I was a kid because I could see and understand and talk to spirit. Not everybody has that vibration. Not everybody has that gift of understanding what they're trying to tell you. But it's through the quietness, it's through the stillness that you're allowed to hear them. That stillness within your vibration. I say when you go into a place and you're going into this church or you're going someplace, just sit in your car for a moment. Take a breath. Calm yourself. Then go in. Don't get from home and it's all a little wild at home. You get here and you run from your car into here and you're still wild. You're still in that mode. Quiet. In different places. Even if you don't meditate every day, just take moments during the day just to be still. You don't have to meditate for hours, just take moments. Call it a moment meditation. Moments. Just take a moment for yourself. Because I know we're busy, I know we're really busy in our lives, but just take moments for yourself, just to take a breath, just to breathe and recenter yourself. The law of gratitude. Now, we have to be thankful of what we have. If you don't think anything in your life is good and everything's a mess and everything's never working and it's just a mess, you're not grateful. There's something in your life that you were happy about. Tell people, get up this morning, nobody had to dress you. That's a good thing. Did you have food in the refrigerator to eat? Did you have money to go out and buy breakfast? Did you have gas in your car? Were you able to take a breath without somebody burning a fire outside your house and you can't breathe? Hey, gratitude. Grateful. You have to thank spirit. That's why when we do mediumship, we thank spirit after we do readings. I thank spirit in my head. I thank spirit because they made the effort to be here, to work through me, to work with me. I thank them for being here. Even through my meditations, I thank them for showing up. Because I want to show them the gratitude that I have for them making time to come talk to me or work with me. And when you're doing this work, you have to do that. You have to show gratitude because they're coming to help you. They could have done something else. They could have stayed somewhere else. But they took time out of their time in the spirit world to come and be with you. When my parents and people come to see me from the spirit world, I have gratitude for them because they took time to come see me, to come work with me or talk to me. I still live in awe of spirit. After all these years of doing it, I still live in awe of this. Because I never imagined how much that they would show me from the spirit side of life. But it's giving them that time, that effort, that ideas of what I would like to see. If you just say, oh, I love when people go, oh, I'm a medium now. I'm open 24/7. I'm like a 7-Eleven. Oh, that scares me. I give a wide berth. I put my mask on. I walk away. Because God knows what they're going to be attracting any minute. And then they call me and say, "Oh, I have something around me." Oh, really? You've opened yourself up to the whole world. But we can't. We have to open ourselves up to ourselves, to our inner being, to our consciousness. Remember, at some point, at some vibration, everything that you have ever done, ever been, ever are going to do is part of yourselves. It is within yourselves. That memory is there. And you, as individuals, can pull from that memory. At some point in this lifetime, you were healthy. You were awesome. You can pull from that. Even though you might be sick, you might not be doing good in relationship, you had good friendships at one point in your life. Good health. You had other things in your life. Pull from that. Ask your guides to take your energy back to that point. Ask them. Sure, you're going to have healers heal you, but unless you actually accept the healing, unless you accept the vibration, it doesn't happen. You can sit there the whole time in a chair in front of a healer, and the healing will not happen. The healing energy will just go on to other people. I had a lady sit in my chair, and she just sat there. And I'm touching her back, and she jumped out of my chair, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just sitting here healing, dear." She goes, "Oh, my lungs are burning." I said, "Okay." She goes, "I have emphysema, and God can't cure emphysema." I said, "You're not going to get healed today, are we?" You're not going to have it today, are we? But it's the question, is allowing yourself to know that you are God. You are this infinite connection to the spirit world. Spirit loves you. There's nobody that goes to the other side that hates you. I have so many clients that come and say, "Oh, I've got somebody else." No. Everything that's ever happened, ever done, ever been part of your life in this lifetime was meant to happen that way, to get you to where you needed to be. All the people, all the stuff is meant to direct you. Not to force you, but to direct you in a way. Most of your childhood didn't happen, you probably wouldn't be the person you are today. Things that happen in your life. How we set the vibration in our lives. How we get quiet. How we ensure our well-being within our vibration. It doesn't mean you have to be this nice person every day. My mother used to look at people and they'd say something and she'd pull her glasses down and go. She wouldn't say a word. But we knew my mother was pulling those glasses down, boy, you knew you were in trouble. There was something coming pretty soon. But seeking yourself, the law of equality in people's life, your needs, your wants, your desires, everything is within you. The universe was within you. Everything resides within your being. It doesn't reside outside of you, somewhere else, within you. And somewhere in that universe, within your being, you're healthy, you have money, you're good looking. Everything's there. All you have to do is accept it. We have to accept who we are. That is a big deal with people. They don't want to accept who they are. Oh, I'm too big. Oh, I'm too small. I'm this, I'm that. They don't accept who they are. By accepting you, then you allow other people to accept you. Watch, if you don't accept yourself, people just won't accept you. They won't treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. Accept yourself. Who you are. Not going to change. You are who you are. How you were raised, how you're put in motion. So when I teach mediumship, it isn't, everybody does mediumship differently. How they draw spirit in, how they pull that spirit in. They do it differently. It's how they were raised. It's how their connections are. They can't read just like somebody else. They read like them. Same thing with any other modality in spiritualism. It isn't the questions you're going to be like someone else. Be you. Be an authentic you. That's all. Be who you are supposed to be. Not what somebody else is supposed to be. When you sing and when you do stuff and you sing, it's the question of allowing your voice. My voice is not going to get as high as her voice. So, probably a good thing. But it's not. So I can say, oh, I wish I could sing like her. Oh, I'm not going to sing like her. It's like when I go down and sing opera and I go out and sing professionally. The question is people go, oh, I wish I could sing like you, Lou. But they're not going to be able to sing like me because I sing like me. I don't sing like somebody else. I sing like I sing. So your question is like the same thing with mediumship. Don't say, oh, I wish I could read like her. Oh, God, she does such good reading. I wish I could read just like her. You're not going to be like her. You're going to be like you. So find that ideal of what you feel like you need to be. When you do healing, when you do this, when I do the ministerial, I've been pastor of so many churches. The question is all the people in different churches have different ideas of how they're going to work. All are going to work. I've been to some churches, I sit in the back, I hold the book up, and I can't watch them read. I can't watch them. I can't look. I can't look. But I mean, it's how they were taught. It's where they needed to be. It's what they needed in their life. It is their journey. It might not be mine, but it's theirs. But you have to allow them that vibration to be there, because if they're looking for somebody to teach them, they'll find you. They'll find somebody to teach them, but it's where they need to be. My brother calls me every single week, wants to know if I have gotten out of spiritualism. Am I ready to come back to the good old Southern Baptist Church? Have you gotten out yet? I said, you sound like I'm a prisoner or something. You sound like they've got me duct tape somewhere. Have you gotten out yet? That's his first words. They've gotten out yet. I'm still in this religion. Not because it is the religion that fits everything that I bring forth in my life. But I have moved the religion to figure out exactly how it works for me. And that's what we have to do with spiritualism. Don't sit there and say, oh, I got to believe in every single thing, everything down to the T. You believe in what you take the principles, take the healing prayer, take it for how it was written as a guideline, as a guidepost to help you to encourage yourself. These declaration of principles are not written in stone. They're written for what you believe in. If you're raised a Southern Baptist all your life, and I tell you, you're God, well, that's probably going to scare you a little bit. Probably going to scare you a little bit. You're going to have to come back to terms with that. But you believe in how you believe. That's how the religion really started. We had Methodists, we had Quakers, we had all these other different religions. It was not a spiritualist religion to start with. All these other religions came in with all their stuff. Most of our books here, most of our hymnals, are actually out of the Baptist hymnals of the Southern Baptist hymnals and Methodist hymnals. So most of our songs, words have changed a little bit. They just rewrote some words in there, but the exact same songs that were sung many years ago in other churches. So most of the stuff has just been reappropriated. Most of the Declaration of Principles, almost word for word. I have a whole document that was 20 years before these were even written from the Church of Christ Church. The 9 principles are in that book, just written differently. So the question is, we brought all this stuff in this religion. We just have to figure out how the religion works for us. Does it work for us? Don't take it so serious. Why, God, if we were all serious in this church, we probably wouldn't stay here. It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. It's got to be enjoyable. It's got to be fun. We have to enjoy ourselves, enjoy our religion, enjoy who we are. be in love with spiritualism. Because I'm in love with spiritualism. I've always been in love with spiritualism, and I always will be. Because it is who I am. It's who I am. I wouldn't fit somewhere else. I'm like that square peg that you can't beat into the round hole. I'm not going to fit somewhere else. I'm just going to fit here. But it's where you fit, how you understand. But remember, when you're learning classes and teaching classes and understanding and working with that, understand, even the teachers, the students, no, you're not going to be like someone else. You're not going to do that. And the teachers can't teach you exactly. They can give you all the high points and all the situations and everything I need to tell you. But you still have to take that whole thing and make it work for you. You have to. You can't take it at face value and say, I'm going to do this. But natural law fits into all this stuff in our lives. And as long as we understand natural laws, we can go through them and say, that's what that means to me. Because I remember when I used to read the Bible with my father, and he would say, look at this, Lou. I turn another chapter, I go, what about that? He goes, we don't read that. But the question is everybody's going to read something. I could get a chapter out of the Bible or out of the book here, give it to everybody here, and by the time we got in the back, it'd be different. It'd read it differently. You'd be reading it differently. You understand it differently. We all understand things, how it radiates to us. So be still, be quiet, meditate, find your direction. Even if people think you are completely nuts, find your direction. There's some people out there just as crazy as you are, and they'll come down the same path with you. Doesn't mean we all have to be on the same path. It's awful crowded, my mother used to say. Or get off the road. But stay in your lane. My grandmother used to say that, just stay in your lane, Lou.